Hi, this is Neil, and I'm partnering with the great HPC Today to bring you the Surfactant Insights Podcast. We've heard a lot about circularity, haven't we? And we like it. It's a good thing, right? What is it, though? I thought I knew until I looked into it in a little more detail, especially as it applies to surfactants. When I first asked my new favorite large language model, Google's Gemini 2.5 Pro, what is circularity, it gave me, frankly, a bunch of feel-good nonsense, replete with buzzwords about regenerating nature and such. With some prodding to cut and indeed stop recycling the crap, it gave me something usable, which I now modify to fit with surfactants as follows. Circularity is a material and energy flow model where molecular building blocks are cycled through technical or biological loops, minimizing the extraction of fossil feedstocks and the creation of non-functional waste. Okay, seems reasonable. Further, circularity for surfactants is the practice of designing and synthesizing molecules whose atomic constituents are sourced from and returned to either the technosphere via recycling or the biosphere via biodegradation, thereby closing the material loop. Interesting, right? So, put more simply, in a circular model, the carbon required for a surfactant molecule is sourced from renewable or recycled streams rather than from petroleum, natural gas, or coal. This carbon then includes either biogenic carbon, that's carbon fixed from the atmosphere, via photosynthesis, and sourced usually from plant oils, sugars, or cellulosic biomass, or recycled carbon, that's carbon recovered from post-consumer or post-industrial waste, such as depolymerized plastics, used cooking oils, food waste, or captured industrial gases like carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide that are then converted into surfactant precursors. At the end of life, then, when it has done its job, the surfactant can enter either 1. A technical loop in which the intact surfactant molecule is physically recovered from the process medium for direct reuse or broken down into monomers or platform chemicals for resynthesis. This is today less common than the 2. Biological loop, where surfactants are flushed down your shower drain, for example, and ultimately mineralized by microorganisms into carbon dioxide, water, and salts, meeting OECD 301's biodegradability criteria, and returning its constituent elements to geo- and biochemical cycles. So, perhaps simplistically, you can say that for circularity to apply to surfactants, you want to be using carbon that is already today above ground, that is, not in an oil, gas, or coal deposit, and then allowing that carbon to return to availability for reuse, either technically or biologically. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So, what are some of the things going on today in this circularity space regarding surfactants? Well, first, there are bio-based feedstocks, including vegetable oils, carbohydrates, cellulose, and other bio-based materials. These can be fermented, reacted, or otherwise physically or enzymatically processed. Companies are increasingly using certified sustainably sourced materials, such as RSPO palm kernel oil, to make their products. Then there's the biomass balance approach. This method allows for the gradual replacement of fossil raw materials with circular ones in existing chemical production processes. Many companies now have adopted BMB methods to produce surfactants, while maintaining the same quality and performance as their fossil-based counterparts. For instance, Cepsa, now Moive, launched a BMB version of linear alkyl benzene, which has been used by Unilever in its cleaning products. A key aspect of circularity is ensuring that surfactants biodegrade after use. In the European Union, regulations require that surfactants used in detergents must be readily biodegradable. Now, some recent work supporting surfactant circularity includes the following. Byproducts from agriculture and food processing, such as molasses, sugarcane residues, food waste, and used cooking oil, are being used to produce biosurfactants by companies like Amphastar and others. Biosurfactants in general have received a lot of investment recently, the idea being to use fermentation of biogenic sugars and oils to make surfactants. Cost-effective scaling continues to be a challenge, but things are at an early stage commercially. Novel bio-based surfactants built on fatty acids and carbohydrates without fermentation are also making commercial headway and potentially could avoid the cost challenges of fermentation. Companies like Integrity Biochem and Norfalk of Denmark are interesting in this area. Companies are already commercially capturing carbon dioxide emissions and converting them into products including surfactants. For example, Econic Technologies of the UK has recently launched a line of surfactants built on captured CO2. Researchers have also developed processes to convert polyolefins used in packaging into alkyl aromatics, potential building blocks for surfactants. Then, of course, there's all the work around pyrolysis oils, which could also support surfactant manufacturing. Now, less advanced is work to recover and reuse surfactants from cleaning processes. For example, novel CO2 switchable surfactants that can be easily recovered from washing solutions. By introducing CO2, the surfactant becomes inactive and separates from water, allowing for its potential retrieval and reuse. Recent research also allows for the recovery and recycling of excess surfactants used in the production of nanoemulsions, particularly in the food industry and personal care. So, lots to think about in circularity. Just don't let your thinking get too circular. The challenges, as always, remain cost, performance, and scalability. As to which approaches win out in the coming years, the race is still very much open. If you've anything to add or ask, please get in touch. In the meantime, thanks again for listening.